this is Cat's Diamond Painting. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've joined me here before. It is a beautiful sunny evening here, and it's actually early May, and you're not going to be seeing this video till much later on in May. However, this parcel arrived today, and I can't wait to see the things that I've bought. So I'm filming now, even though the video isn't scheduled to go up for a while. Hopefully the sun doesn't make it too hard to see. I'll try and keep an eye on that in the viewfinder as I go, and we'll adjust things if necessary. But some of the things I've got I think will really benefit from that lovely sunlight. So let's have a look. So yeah, this is my small shop showcase for May. I've been at it again buying my diamond painting accessories. I just find them so addictive. And these are some things that I picked up all in the US. They are all from small shops in the US, and I have sent them to my locker at Stackry and had them consolidated and sent over to me in one go. So this order has saved me quite a lot of money compared to if I was buying these things and just shipping them directly here. To be honest, I wouldn't have done it because it would have added up to so much. Because I've got 5 items in here. As you can see, it's quite small. And yeah, just to pay shipping individually for all those items would have added up to a lot. Whereas this little parcel was pretty reasonable. So, let's have a look. Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure how they do it, because they say about it being based on the size, but then they do mention the weight a lot as well. So I think it's probably some sort of combination. But either way, this parcel is small in size and small in weight. So yeah, it's worked out well. Now, am I going to be able to see what I've got in here? Now, there's a bit of a jumble. The one downside to ordering things this way is that, of course, they don't get sent in the original packaging. That's the whole point. They get made down into a smaller parcel. So we've got a right jumble of things in here that you can probably just about see. So I don't know where small shops have sent me stickers and bits of chocolate and stuff. I don't know what's come from who. So I'm just going to get these all out off camera, and then I will be back to show you. Right, so I have various bits and bobs here that have been sent with these parcels. Yeah, I don't know what came from whom, so thank you to whoever sent them. I've got a cover minder here. Ooh, I love a cover minder. Let's see if I can get that in. Do you know what? That light is not working, is it? I'm going to adjust the light. Okay, real shame on a sunny day to close the curtains, but it was making it too hard for things actually to be picked up. So yeah, I've got a really cute little cover minder here. I like that a lot. I wonder who that came from. A couple of these shops I've ordered from before and not had things like this, so I'm guessing it's one of the others, but yeah. Nice strong magnet. I've got some treats. I'll probably pass these on to my son. Some little sweets and things, and some stickers. So yeah, everyone loves a freebie. Let me put those to the side because I really want to get stuck into the actual items. Okay, so the first thing that I ordered was a tray from DP Gal Creations. So this is a small shop that I have heard lots of people chatting about in the various diamond painting Facebook groups. And I've seen people raving about their trays. They're on Etsy, and it says here that they do other things as well. I was all about getting a tray, so I don't think I actually browsed through their shop that much, to be honest. I should go back and check it out. They're based in Canada, but I still had it sent to my Stackry address because it was a bit cheaper than having it shipped all the way to the UK, and I knew I was going to be having an order anyway. So I've got a little note on the back. Kat, thank you for supporting my small business. I hope you enjoy the new tray. Jackie and Mike, don't let anything dim your sparkle. That's really sweet. So yeah, they have an Etsy store, like I say, and it's very much a kind of check back and see what they've got kind of a deal. When I look, there's often not too much on there because I think their trays sell really well, Recently there's been some darker colours that maybe aren't selling as well. But this particular one sold out quite quickly after I got it, and this one looked really pretty. I'm not personally a fan of darker colour trays because I just find there's so many drills that don't show up well in them. Like, they only really work for the very light colours. So I preferred to go for slightly lighter ones. So I'm hoping this one isn't going to be too dark. And I went for a medium. They have various size trays. So let's see what a medium looks like. It looks like a decent size to me, so that's cool. Lovely tissue paper to wrap it. It's like it's my birthday. Okay. Oh, there's bits of actual glitter. Ah, this is glitter in the paper. It's not just glittery paper, if that makes sense. Okay, I can't actually get in, so I'm just going to rip my way through. Okay. Aha. Here it is. There's glitter all over the table now. So it is fairly dark, but it was the lightest of the options that I've seen, and it has got lighter lines because this was their tricolour tray. So it's got kind of green and red and yellow hints running through it, and when you turn it in the light you sort of see different shades, which is cool. So it's got DP Gal Creations on the side, and it feels really, really solid. Nice depth to the sides. That's exactly the kind of depth that I like. It's not so shallow that you're going to shake it and everything's going to fly out, but at the same time it's not so deep that my hand's kind of dragging over it all the time. I wouldn't have thought anyway. And nice and solid too. There's nothing flimsy feeling about it. It comes with a stopper. How does that go in? Like that, I'm guessing. Okay, so that fits pretty snugly. I'm guessing, as is usually the way with 3D printed trays, that will get looser over time. But it fits very snugly for now. So, because this is a tray, I thought I would get some drills out to have a look. In fact, let me zoom you in. So there's no point looking at a tray without seeing how it works. So, I have got some square drills. And I've got some round drills to look at. I tend to find with most trays that square drills line up fairly well and round drills are maybe not as good. So I'm always on the hunt for trays that are good for both, and particularly for round drills. Right, let's give that a shake. Okay, in fact, let's put a bit more in so I can show you properly, because they all slid down to the end. It's very slidey and smooth. They all slid right down to the bottom. So that's done a very good job of lining up my squares. I like that a lot. They look very neat and tidy. Nice high ridges in the tray means that most of them are the right direction, and I'm impressed. I like that. It's a good start. So, will it be good with rounds as well? First of all, pouring out, very, very smooth. Now, I've only got one round project on the go currently, so let me choose something from here. Okay. Bit of tin foil. I obviously had some static in these drills. Okay, the big test. Ooh. I'm having to be really, really gentle when I pat the tray to make them roll down, because it's so smooth and slidey that they can kind of slide too far down. But being a bit gentle with them, that's looking good. Ooh, it works for rounds. Awesome. I am going to be using this evening. So yeah, I think I can see what the fuss is about. Let's see how it pours out. Really good solid spout. And they're all coming out nice and easily. Oh, one got stuck at the top there. No spillage because of those nice deep sides. I like it. Okay. So that's a really good start. Yeah, I'm going to try that, and I'll probably feature it on a whip and chat or something fairly soon and let you know how I'm getting on with it. But first impressions, really good, and it was very, very reasonably priced. So do check out DP Gal Creations. Check out the different sizes. As I say, this was a medium, which to me is, you know, that's a good size. I don't personally really like them any bigger than that. Because I often hold my tray like this in one hand and then diamond paint with the other. So I don't want it so big that I can't hold it. But yeah, impressed. Okay, moving on. So the next thing I bought, if you watched my last small shop showcase, you may recognise this packaging. I mean, you may well not because it's pretty nondescript, but I've got another lovely pen box here. And this is my second pen from Lassen Latheworks, or Lassen Latheworks. I still haven't decided how you pronounce that. And they are another Etsy shop. They are a pen turner, and they just have all these lovely unique pens. Honestly, I go on their site and there's so many that I could happily have if money was no object. And I showed you last time the first pen that I bought from them. In fact, let me grab that so I can compare them in a minute. And then when I went on again after that one arrived and I really liked it and I thought, oh, I quite fancy another from them, I found this one. So here it is. Let's have a look at this first. So here's their business card, handmade diamond painting pens and more. And on the back, there's some Etsy details and a Gmail address. And here is my pen. Oh, I thought I asked for no tips, but they've put tips on anyway. That you can pay extra to have tips or not, and I don't bother because I've got lots at home, but I've got them. Here it is. Look how pretty that is. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's even nicer in person, as you'd expect, really. Yeah, it's the bright colours. The bright colours always draw me in. And I didn't see all this glitter actually in the picture, so that's a pretty touch. I love blue. I love pinks and purpley colours. So yeah, this was just a bit of a no-brainer for me when I saw this one. And although the bulges go out quite wide for me because I like thinner pens, it goes in to a really narrow point. So that's what I noticed with my first one, which is here, that even though the bulges go out wider, I'm really comfortable still because my fingers aren't stretched too far at the thinnest point where I'm actually holding it. And this one actually feels even thinner. I'm wondering if it's heavier because I don't think it is actually. This one feels really light and this is a hybrid with wood. This one is just resin. And if anything, it is slightly lighter. Obviously this one's got a loaded multi-placer, but you wouldn't think that would make much difference. So yeah, really gorgeous. Oh, I like that a lot. It's just about the right length that I can easily flip it in my small hands if I'm switching between multi-placing and single placing. And it's so pretty. I love these swirls of blue in the pink section up here, and then swirls of pink in the blue section. And it's almost transparent in places, and oh, it's just lovely. Really, really happy with that. So thank you to Lassen Latheworks for another beautiful pen. I'm sure it will not be my last from them. Okay, my next item is something that I've been eyeing up for a while. I saw these ages ago on the Art De Nicole site. And because I'm someone who has a lot of issues with neck and shoulder pain, I diamond paint on an easel. But even then, sometimes my neck does seize up. And I'm obviously, if I'm diamond painting, I'm, you know, holding drills in a tray and doing this, and I'm looking back and forth between the tray and my painting. And sometimes I think if I didn't have to move my neck up and down all the time, it might help. So this is a Bella Minder. I think that's what they call them. Yeah, as I say, I saw them ages ago and I really fancied one, but shipping to the UK was going to cost a lot. So I didn't get one then. And then when I started ordering things through Stackry, I remembered it again and thought, yeah, now is the time to try it. So let's have a look. I had a choice of colours. They print to order, so they are a little slower to dispatch than many shops, but it's all very clearly labelled. When you go on there, it tells you what their shipping time will be, and that's exactly how long it was. You know, it was well within that window, so that's not a problem. It's just an FYI if you're ordering from them. They're not ones that you're going to be, you know, getting your parcel a couple of days later. So let's have a look. I'm really intrigued. See if this helps. Okay. So I went for, I think it was rose gold, was it? It's a pinky colour really, and I had my name on it. And this is the Art De Nicole logo. So yeah, that all looks really cool. Now where's, okay, so yeah, the magnet's in there already. I was thinking, where's the other magnet? I was expecting one to be glued on, but there's not, which is good because of course this back piece is going to be totally flush with the diamond painting. So if this is my easel, I connect this as I would a cover minder through my painting, and then I've got spaces for pens if I want to have those stored on there, and a place for a tray. Now it's gonna work better with smaller trays from the looks of things, because that obviously takes up quite a lot of room on there. But the idea is that your tray would rest on there, and then you're not having to hold your tray anymore, and it's so much closer to the area where you're diamond painting. You're not having to look back and forth as much. Now I guess these are probably, I'm a multi-placer. I would say these might work a bit better for single placers or people who hold their tray in this direction, whereas I tend to hold it this direction. But I knew this when I ordered it. I just think it's something for me to try and see if I can get to grips with doing it the other way. Because I find if I have my tray in this direction on the easel, to have it at a shallow enough incline that the drills aren't constantly sliding to the bottom, it gets really flat, and then you know, what's the point of being on an easel to help my neck and shoulders? Whereas working this way would really help. But I do often multi-place horizontally these days as well. Anyway, you don't really need to hear my ramblings on it. Basically, I am wondering if it will work perfectly for me or not, but I know that it's going to be a learning curve, and I'm just going to give it a go. In terms of the quality of the product, it's very nicely done. It feels very smooth. There's no kind of jaggedy bits. Space for 6 pens, but yeah, you would have to have only quite a small tray if you wanted to use these and a tray. I guess maybe it was designed in mind with the small Art De Nicole trays, which I do have some of, so maybe that's the best way to test it. And yeah, I'm going to be really interested to see how that goes. The magnets, I mean, I think they do feel pretty strong, because obviously they need to be strong if they're going to hold the weight of a tray and pens on. I could always add another one of these if necessary, but it's a pretty good connection. I expect that's going to be okay. So yeah, interested to see how I get on with that. And I actually forgot at the start of this video that I ordered something else from them as well, which is something that I've shown on here before. Basically, I just tagged these on because I was already paying for shipping from them. They have on their website 3D printed multi-placers. Oh, I can't get in. And they have, I can't remember what they call them, but basically like offcuts, ones that maybe aren't perfect, so they don't want to sell them for full price. So these are being sold for about 50 cents each, which makes them, you know, very reasonable if you're adding them into a bigger order. And I bought some from them before and I did quite like them, and I just thought I would add a few more as I was doing it anyway. I found them a little bit fragile. I did have one that snapped, but as they're so cheap, I was willing to give it another go. Didn't have a choice of colours, because they're offcuts, you just say the size and the shape you want, and I just went for skinny ones and the length that I wanted. But I've actually got some really nice colours here. I like that purple one a lot. So yeah, that's just another little addition which will be helpful. Okay. 2 more things to show you, and I'm hoping my camera battery doesn't die because it's looking a bit low. So I won't be too long about these. But this next one is one I was really excited about. I've got a pen from House of Rainbows, and I'm thinking that this is from them because it's so rainbow orientated, and I know that they do send out lollies generally. So let's have a little look in there while I explain who they are. So House of Rainbows is a Facebook group, and on it you have a husband and wife team called Erica and Craig Fine. And I believe the conception of it is basically just all things rainbow. That they really love rainbows and they wanted to create things in a rainbow style. And a lot of their products are rainbow based, which suits me down to the ground because I love rainbow stuff too. So I've got a lovely little lolly there and some stickers and things. And a cover minder. I love a free cover minder. That's very pretty. Very much on theme as well. So what they do, they have drops on their Facebook group every so often when they've turned enough pens. And the way that it works is that you, they put them on there and you look at the pens, and if there's one that you would want, you put a number underneath. So, you know, the first person to comment puts 1, the next person's 2, and so on and so on and so on. And then once it gets to the time where they've said they'll do the draw, they use a random number generator to find out who won the right to buy the pen. And yeah, they often do medium thickness pens that look like they might be a bit too thick for me. But the particular week that I won this one, they had some thin ones. And I went in for a couple of them. One I didn't win, and I was really sad because that one's so pretty. But then I won this one, and I was really chuffed, particularly because a lot of people had entered this one. So I felt really, really lucky to be the number that came up. And this one should be a thin pen, so it should suit me better. And you can see the rainbow colours even through here. So let's have a look. I'm very excited. Okay. How lovely is that? And I think I'm right not to have gone for their medium thickness pens, because to me this is quite thick for something labelled as a thin pen, but I guess that's just a subjective thing, isn't it? It's not too thick. That's definitely usable for me. It's sort of on the limit of what I'm comfortable with, but I think that's going to be fine. And it's quite nice and light. Definitely doesn't feel too heavy. It's not got places on yet, but I can add those. It's really pretty though. It's really nicely polished as well. Like, I don't know if you can see the shine on that, but that has been beautifully polished. Gorgeous. Look at those bits of red and orange coming in the grooves there. How stunning is that? Ooh, I love pens. Honestly, I could just, yeah. If money was no object, I'd have a new pen every week. They are so pretty. So yeah, this is my House of Rainbows pen, and I thoroughly recommend checking them out. Yeah, as I say, go to the Facebook group and you'll see all the instructions for how to do things on there, but it's pretty much as I've just described, and they're lovely people around there. So thank you very much for my pen. Okay. And that takes me almost to the end. I just have one more thing to show you, which is sort of a repeat from my last small shop showcase, because I did make a repeat purchase from Butterfly Effect Wares. So I've got my invoice and details here. Basically, I so liked the first putty that I bought from them that I went back for a couple more. I'm not really buying putties so much anymore because I've started selling my own, and I'm really liking that one because, of course, selling my own, I've designed it how I like putties to feel. But at the time I bought these, I was still trying other ones and they just sounded so good. And the first one I bought, the banana one that I showed in my last video like this, it smelled so good. So I got Cherry Chapstick ... putty and Southern Charm ... putty. And a little sweet. So this one is just a putty that they have randomly put out. Let's have a look. So they put out some scents just as a standalone scent, and some coordinate with their pens, which I'll explain in a minute. Cherry chapstick. So this is the description of the scent, is basically exactly what you would think it would be based on cherry chapstick. So it's very pretty, first of all. I love those purple lines going for it. Hopefully that's in focus. And let's have a sniff. Oh yeah, it really is. That's exactly like a cherry chapstick. How have they done that? Oh, I like that. It's cherry, but with this extra level of sweetness and almost like waxiness, but that doesn't sound good. But yeah, I mean, I don't know why I'm trying to describe it. It smells like a cherry chapstick. So there you go. And then this other one was a companion putty to one of their weekly pen drops. So every week they release a new colourway of pens, and they sell those on a Saturday. They sell very quickly. And they always seem to release a putty that goes with it, that coordinates with it. And they had some leftovers of this one and I fancied trying it. So this one is called Southern Charm ... putty. ... putty is just what they call putties. And according to the Etsy shop, it smells like sitting on a front porch swing with a cold glass of lemonade in your hand while the honeysuckles are blooming all around you, scented with honeysuckle, lemon and sugar. So let's see how much of that I can pick out of here. Let's have a look first of all. Very pretty. Let's try and get that to focus. Oh, the other side's even prettier. Lovely. Now let's have a sniff. I have to say, these aren't overly strong scents. When I'm holding it like this away from me, about 30 centimeters or so from my nose, I can't smell it. But when I get up close, ooh, that's so clever. I definitely pick up the lemon and the sweetness of the sugar, and I'm not clear that I know what a honeysuckle smells like, but I'm guessing it's this. That's really interesting. Sorry, I keep sniffing it because I'm like, that's such a unique smell. Very nice. It's quite sticky feeling. Oh, and that's got a bit, it's quite thin and a bit squished in that corner, which I don't know if that's something that's happened in transit. But they're rolled out to a thinness that suits loading it straight in your multi-placer, which I like. Yeah, cool. Very pretty. Smells very nice. So I've got to choose one of the ones that I have from them to actually try, because I want to try one from their shop. But I'm not going to keep them all now that I'm mostly using my own putty. So yeah, decisions. Anyway. So that is my small shop showcase for May. I will probably have another one in June. I've already got a couple more things on the way to me because I'm hopeless, but I will try and buy less this month. Yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed checking these out with me. I always like having a look at small shops, seeing what they've got on offer, seeing what can add to my diamond painting experience, because the little touches really do add to it for me. I know that's a personal thing, and these are all want to haves and none of them are must haves, but they do really make a difference for me. So thank you for joining me. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and if you have, please do consider dropping a like on the video and subscribing if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. And in the meantime, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.